Hello, Living Fit Tribe, the last edition. We are here and we have a guest speaker tonight, and I am so excited to introduce someone who I have just recently started to get to know this last year, Jen Miller. She is one star qualifying, or you are one star diamond? Awesome. I couldn't remember when you started qualifications for that, but such a huge deal, and I have asked Jen to kind of speak about her journey to getting to one star and kind of what her daily habits are, because she is a very busy lady. Jen actually kind of hopped in with Danny and I in our like 50 invites challenge and was kicking butt, hauling it to get to her one star qualifying position. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it on over to her so that she can share with us some of her best practices.
Hello. So funny story. I was going to say this and then you started, but speaking of apple cider, this is quick. I saw a recipe for an apple cider like Shakeology one day, and I was like, ooh, this will be good. And my dad just recently started drinking Shakeology, so I was like, he'll love it. I misread the recipe, and it was apple cider, but I put apple cider vinegar, and I was like, that seems weird, but I don't know. And so I was like, this tastes awful. And he's like, well, it's not terrible, but seems weird. And then I texted my friend Jess and said, this recipe is really bad. We shouldn't share it in the group. And she's like, did you use vinegar? I'm like, maybe I did. So total blonde. Anyways, so now you know me. So yeah, as she said, I'm Jen Miller. I live in a little kind of country town right outside of Columbia, Missouri. So central Missouri, girl here. I am busy, like she said, just like everyone else is. Busy is kind of, I used to feel like was a badge of honor, like do all the things. And then you realize like, that's not really necessary. So I'm a busy mom. I have a 6-year-old little boy and a 2-year-old little boy. Second little boy is extremely crazy, and they say it's just a second child thing. I don't know, but he keeps me on my toes. I'm actually hiding in my 6-year-old's bedroom right now because they're playing in my office and I couldn't get them to be quiet. So I'm in my 6-year-old's bedroom. So busy mom. And then I also am a full-time nurse practitioner in orthopedics. So I don't coach full-time, and I don't have the intention really of ever leaving my job. But I want a lot more choices for my family, and that's why I do this. So full-time nurse practitioner in orthopedics, which is a very, very busy area if you know anything about surgery, because it's elective. And so people want to have surgery. So it's actually a fun thing because you make them better. So I do that by day, and it's about a 12-hour day every day. So I work 5 days a week. So very busy, and that's the schedule I've had for 15 years. So I don't know any different. And then in addition to being a mom and a nurse practitioner, I'm a wife to a business owner. My husband is an entrepreneur through and through. He is a vineyard manager at one of our wineries here in town. He owns his own landscape company, and then we have a farm. And so I call it a funny farm. We have peacocks, we have a miniature donkey, we have chickens, we occasionally have hogs that we raise and then do the bad things. And then we also have lots of stray cats. And so it's truly a funny farm, but we do a lot of, for you like Iowa, Wisconsin people, we do a lot of hay. So we put up a lot of hay, and right now we had a great year in hay, and a lot of the northern people didn't. And so hay has been good to us this year. So it's a busy, busy life, but you make it work, and the things that are important to you get done. So just from show of hands, I know one of my coaches is on here too, but we had multiple team calls tonight, but just for show of hands, who coaches completely full-time and does not work outside of the home? Okay, Lauren, you don't count because you're like raising a baby, and that's a child. That's hard. I mean, but everybody has a job. Good. And then hopefully this will speak to you guys, because when I started coaching, I was a group fitness instructor as well. And I taught every single morning. So I would leave my house at 4:45 a.m. I would go to the gym and teach a 5 a.m. class. I would teach, and then I would shower, and then I'd go straight to work, do my 12-hour shift, come home and be a mom to my 6-year-old. My husband dealt with me because I had him convinced that I would be crazy if I did not work out every morning, and I would only stay accountable if I was teaching at the gym. I wouldn't go I would skip if I wasn't teaching. So I taught 6 mornings of the 7 a week. I got pregnant with my second son. I still taught. And when I was 7 months pregnant, our gym decided to close, like abruptly. It was a Gold's Fitness, if you've heard of Gold's Gym. And so I thought, oh my gosh, who's going to hire a super pregnant fat trainer? Like, this is not going to work. What am I going to do? And my husband said, you're not. Like, you're not. And I'm like, no, yes, I am. And he said, no, because when you have this baby, I can't do it all. I can't take 2 kids to 2 different locations every single morning because you're teaching for $15 a day. It doesn't work. And so it was the first time that I really was like, what am I going to do for my fitness? One of my participants had just started Beachbody more for nutrition and was killing it, losing weight, looking great, taking my classes. But it was the nutrition aspect that I had not helped her with that she got from Beachbody. She invited me to coaching and I immediately said yes, jumped in, and boom, my participants from the gym were all like, oh, okay, let me join you. And so I had a really good first month in coaching. And so when I got that first paycheck, I thought, oh my gosh, this is the real deal. So I was sold on coaching pretty much from the start. And then I started doing the programs, which I thought were hokey because they're at-home programs and I was a gym girl. And I had bigger results in 21 days than I had ever had teaching my own classes. And I thought, wow, this is insane. What was I not doing? And it was nutrition. So long story short, I started coaching 2.5 years ago. It was 1 full year before I became a diamond. I didn't know what any of it meant, nothing. I invited people and I had challengers out the wazoo in my head, literally challengers after challengers after challengers. And they were doing great and they were getting results and that was wonderful. And I loved it, but I knew nothing about building the business side. And so my coach and I signed up at the same time. So we really were kind of running together and didn't know what to do. Teresa Schrader is our upline. And so she reached out and said, you girls are killing it in your challenge group. Like, have you invited to the business? And I was like, oh no, because I'm not a leader. Sorry about that. Giggling. So at that point, I had gotten a ticket to Summit. I had joined when everyone was at Summit. So I had to wait a full year of coaching to go to a Summit. And then I learned about this diamond soiree and it's like, oh, there's this party if you're diamond. And I was like, well, I love parties. And so I'm going to be diamond. And they were like, what? And I was like, oh yeah, I'll be diamond. Why not? Right. So I did it. I hit diamond and I went to the party. Like, dangle a carrot in front of me and you can bet I'm going to do it. I did not sign up my husband right away. Huge mistake. My friend Chelsea is on the top of my pyramid, which we shouldn't talk about, but she's on top of one of my legs. And she laughs at me all the time because she's like, boy, you're killing it with my volume over here. My husband's under her. So when I built my husband to diamond, my friend Chelsea got all kinds of good volume. And so it was just a mistake that I didn't know any better. So if you guys are not emerald yet, please sign your significant others up now because you never know. $15 a month for that fee, or for that monthly fee, is nothing when the volume starts rolling in, guys. I promise you. I cannot tell you, if you are not emerald, put someone you love on one of your legs. So for me, I went emerald with 2 friends, but then I realized quickly, like, if I want to hit diamond, I can easily sign my husband up. That's another coach. And then I ran a group to go diamond. I ran a group where I believe it was a Shanti program. Maybe T20 was coming out. No, can't remember what program was coming out. But I ran a group where I came up with a calendar of a mix of Shanti workouts. And I said, I'm going to do a VIP Shanti calendar and you have to be a VIP challenger to get in. So I made them become a discount coach because it was going to be like a 45-day long calendar. And I wanted them to have the product for 45 days. So therefore they were going to want the discount for that second month. And so did I build my business on discount coaches? Absolutely, I did. I built my diamond pretty much on discount coaches, but I had multiple of them. So at one time, there was enough active coaches because some of them get product every other month. But all in all, in 1 month, there was enough because I had so many of them. And so that's how I built that. And then I realized that consistency was key for me. I'm a super busy person, just like everyone else is, guys. So consistency was key for me. I get up at the exact same time every single morning. I'm a snoozer. Some people don't push snooze. I push snooze. So I've got 5 alarms set. The last one says, get your ass out of bed. And so I literally, that's me. And I wish it wasn't me. And I've tried so hard, but it's me. So my last alarm goes off at 4:45 a.m. and I get up at 4:45. I go straight to my kitchen with my phone. I mix my Energize and I do stories. It's like my morning show. I do it every single morning. And there are people that probably think it's boring and crazy, but they can click by and I don't really care. But that's when I tell people, like, what I'm going to do for that day, what's coming up in my challenge groups, and I invite to coaching. So every single morning is the same show from me. I promise you, I had influenza over Christmas. I had people literally sending me messages. Are you okay? What's going on? You're not in your stories. Like legit, like people were concerned that I was dead. Because I'm so consistent. I do it every single morning. I never waver. Then I go into my office, I drink my Energize, and I write in my gratitude journal. I started that on January 1st last year, and I've never missed a day. I write my 5 things I'm grateful for and my 10 dreams. Every single day, I snap a picture and I put it in my stories. People call me out. They're like, oh my gosh, Dr. Robertson was in your gratitude journal because he fixed that hip fracture for you. Yes, he was. Like people read it. Like it's crazy. It's a little bitty picture, but they do. I don't know why they like it, but whatever. So I do my gratitude journal every single morning. Same thing. I go downstairs. I set my phone up with Triller. I got a ring light. Somebody gave it to me as a gift. A nurse practitioner student. How cool. She watches my stories enough. She was my NP student and she bought me a ring light. So I set my ring light up. I do my Triller videos. I just snap a few videos, turn it off while I'm doing my workout, and then I will upload it later. I'm too busy. I got to finish my workout and then I got to get in the shower. So do that. And then after, while I'm in the shower and getting ready, I listen to personal development. So for me, I don't have a lot of downtime. So personal development is playing anytime that I'm doing something that I'm not thinking about. So putting on my makeup, I listen to personal development. And then once everyone's ready and kind of on their way, I'll post my workouts real quick, just like I normally do. And then I will post my stories. So I'll put my workout video in my stories. I am then in the operating room for 10 to 12 hours and I cannot touch my phone. I used to freak out about that. Like, oh my gosh, I'm not showing up in my stories. What are people doing? My people, like my niche of people are other nurses, other moms, other employees. They're also working. They shouldn't be watching stories. So they don't care if I'm on stories during the day because they're not on stories during the day. I show up in the morning and I show up in the evening and I try to be busy then. So I think just the consistency of it. And then I do a post every day. I'm not going to say my post is up every single morning right away. It's not because I try to plan them out ahead of time, but I'm not good at that, just to be transparent with you. So I do my posts. I try to do it in the morning, but sometimes it comes up at lunch and sometimes it comes up in the evening. And I try to also look at my insights and see when it's the most popular, but let's be real, I try to get one up a day. The consistency of posting every day and not just throwing up a post, but being intentional about it is important, guys. Again, I had influenza over Christmas and I'm not kidding. I thought I was dying. We were in Wisconsin on vacation. I laid in bed in my condo. I never touched my phone. My husband said, this is the only time your phone has gone 3 days without being charged. Holy crap. And I thought my business is going to go down the tubes. I haven't posted. I got SC6 in those 3 days because I had sent share carts before. I had been consistent before. There's importance in consistency, guys, because I went those 3 days. People were checking on me. They thought I was dead, but they also knew that she's coming back. And she's going to come back strong because she works out every morning. This is what she does. So consistency is super important. The other thing that I would say that I am good about is transparency. I don't sugarcoat anything. My house is a damn disaster, guys, and I wish it was better and I wish it was straightened up. I work out in my basement, which is unfinished, and there's junk around me. And I want it to be pretty, but it's not pretty, guys. And I feel like I used to not post because things didn't look right. I used to not post because my makeup wasn't done. I didn't get on stories in the morning because my hair was disgusting. Everybody is the same way, guys. Like I'm talking to a busy mom. I'm talking to a nurse that's not taking care of themselves. I have to show up how I show up. People think I do it all. I don't do it all. I mean, I'm in a bedroom right now that's a disaster. But it's not important to me right now. I don't care that there's toys on my little boy's floor. And so I just think being transparent is totally okay, because otherwise, if you're perfect, they're going to not want to follow you. I'm going to be honest with you. I prepped for the Bikini Classic and I did that this summer. And I think I did a hell of a job because it's hard to do. And I thought this is going to get me amazing business. Like this is going to be huge for my business. It wasn't. It wasn't, because do you know how many people looked at me and said, I can't do that. I'm not doing that. They didn't want to do that. And that's fine. But it was totally, it's because it's not for everyone. That's a very small part of people. And I don't know that I'll do it again, like to prep like that. But it was just one of those things where it's like a lot of the people that I work out with are not going to throw around 50-pound dumbbells. It's just not going to happen. I've gotten so much further doing bar because it's low impact. Like, you have to try to like be you have to like talk to the right audience. So being transparent and just showing them who you really are is important. For me, the other thing is personal development. We preach it. I just did a post about it today. I thought it was nonsense before I started coaching. But now anytime that I'm in my car, I'm listening to personal development. I do not know what the last Justin Bieber song was. I have no idea what Thomas Rhett's doing these days. I love them, but I just don't. I am lucky enough that when I'm in an operating room for 12 hours, I get to listen to music. So I don't really need that in my vehicle. And so I listened to the National Wake Up Call on my way home today from work. I'm listening to old calls. I have a thing in my team, which is kind of funny. It's #laundry-and-learn. I wish I did laundry every night, but I don't. So on the weekends, I do spend quite a bit of time folding laundry in my bedroom on our bed. And we have a smart TV. I pull up YouTube. I'm addicted right now to the Slay Squad calls. I don't even know who's on the Slay Squad, guys. It's a team. I don't know who the head of the Slay Squad is. But if you haven't looked them up on YouTube, Slay Squad team calls. I've been watching them while I do laundry, and they're pretty darn good. It's just, you can learn so many things from YouTube and from other teams, guys. And so I don't fold laundry unless I'm watching some kind of YouTube video. So just making sure that you're getting personal development wherever you can and catching up on calls. I know that we get innovative with, there's so many calls and so many things. And how do I tell my family I need another hour? You have to remember that I do that your personal team calls are important and they're a non-negotiable. And your family has to know that on Monday nights at 8:00, this is what I do. But do you have to be on the National Wake Up Call at that time? No. There are certain calls that I feel like you can listen to at a different time so that your family doesn't hate you. And then I have a couple things written down. So just remember, like, while I'm at work, that's my work hours. I'm not doing anything else. That is my nursing hours from, 7 a.m. until 7-ish p.m. at night or 6:30 p.m. at night. I'm nursing, and my people know that. They know I'm busy, and so they know that I'm not going to answer them back. When I did those invites with Lauren and Danny, 50 invites a day was really pushing me out of my comfort zone, but they did it and they sent a picture, and I was not going to let them send me pictures and me not send pictures back. So I did it. I did it at night once my kids were in bed. I know there's a lot of team calls that you get on and a lot of speakers that say my business hours are from 7 to 9 or this or that. I have 2 small kids, guys. It's dinner time, bath time, dishes. I can't do that. And I don't want to stay up until midnight because I have to get up at 4. So I don't have a 2-hour window of business hours. I put my kids in the bathtub, and while they're in the bathtub, I send invites. I sit on the toilet while they play in the bath, and I try to send 10 invites. And then when they go to bed, I do the same thing. I like to do my invites at night because I'm easily distracted. And if I'm sending invites and I'm getting messages back, I tend to start messaging them back because I don't want to miss out. And then I get my invites out. So if I do my invites at bedtime, then in the morning, I can see if I had anybody respond, and I can go from there and do follow-ups like while I'm drinking my Energize. So that's one thing that I definitely do, is try to get all my invites out kind of like as I settle in bed. I make it super easy. It's pretty much a copy and a paste. I am very forward. I am not someone that goes on to Instagram and says, I love your orange shirt. Where did you get it? I know that works for some people. It's just not me. I typically have a post up about whatever I'm doing, and then I'll send people invites and say, hey, I'm not sure if you saw my coaching post, or I'm not sure if you saw my recent post about my new bar program, but we're getting ready to start. Would you like information? Or do you care if I send you information? Super easy, copy and paste, go down the line. You're going to get people that are like, I don't want to be a part of a pyramid scheme. And you're like, okay, that's not what I'm doing, but let me know if you ever change your mind and you want to have financial freedom. I don't know, whatever. So just be straight with people in my eyes. But I do my invites at night so that I don't get distracted. And then I like to have what I call, I learned this from somebody else, the red circle challenge. And that's when you wake up in the morning and you have that red notification circle because somebody's messaged you back. I love it. So if I get up in the morning and I have no red circles because I have no notifications, that means I didn't do my work the night before. Because if you send out enough invites, someone's going to message you back. For me, evening time, I make it super easy. I'm an instant pot cooker, and my husband is and cooks dinner a lot of nights. And during dinner time too is when I can jump on these calls and I can things. So That's pretty much weekends. I do my own. My team has our call at 7 a.m. on Saturdays. I know it's early. That sounds crazy, but it sets the tone for doing business building for the rest of the weekend. And it's before our kids wake up most of the time. Most of us do our workout and then we jump on at 7. I also do a 5 a.m. Zoom from 5 to 6 a.m. We have a Zoom that just runs and my team can jump on and do their workout if they want. And so it's fun because some people need that little extra boost to watch the Zoom go while they're working out. That's just something we started with Morning Meltdown in July and we just continued doing it. So it's Monday through Friday. I'm talking fast and I know I'm all over the place, but I want to make sure I get everything in. And then on weekends is when I do batch work because I don't work weekends. So that's when I do all my posts for my challenge group for the week. So I sit down and I do, and guys, I don't invent those. I buy them. I think Lindsay and Lauren may do the same thing I do, but I buy challenge groups. It is worth it to me. I'm not going to sit there and reinvent the wheel and come up with jazz. I have a bar group going in Facebook right now, which is copy and paste from the Challenge Tracker app guide. And then I have my year-long group in the Challenge Tracker that I purchase and I copy paste and I share it with my team, which I think is totally illegal, but yeah, so we copy and paste that. It's great. It's not that expensive and it's worth it to me. I know when you're first in your business, you don't want to spend a lot of money, but guys, there are guides all over our team pages that you can go and find. Don't reinvent the wheel. Please, please, please don't waste your time doing that. And then nap times or whenever I try to get all of those kind of posting things done. So with that being said, I wanted to go to New Leaders Conference last year. In November, I started pushing. I was like, you know what, I'm going to get my husband to Diamond. In November last year, my husband added several coaches, but we didn't get any emeralds. Okay. And so this year I went to the Diamond Retreat in Philly. And that's when we had kind of been doing the 50 invites. I had a ton of people like signing up and things going well. And I had a couple of coaches that were pushing for Diamond and they'd been telling me they were pushing for Diamond and they're wonderful, wonderful ladies, but it isn't as important to them as it is to me. And so it didn't happen and that's okay. But I was not going to miss New Leaders Conference this year. This is going to be, I'm going into my 3rd year of coaching. It just wasn't going to happen. I said, I'm going to that conference, come hell or high water. I will make this happen. So the way to make that happen, the only guaranteed way was to get my husband to Diamond. And so I did that. My dad lives with us and he drinks Shakeology. And so I was always running out. So I was like, well, that's stupid. Hello, put him on his own Shakeology subscription. So I said, Dad, do you want to be a Beachbody coach? And he's like, sure. Here's my social security number. So my dad is a coach under my husband. Now you guys are going to think I'm a fraud, but I promise you there's a lot of coaches in the business that do this. I might be a fraud, but there's a lot of other frauds then. So my husband is a coach under me. My mom is a Beachbody challenger. She's a straight up legit does this stuff. And so I made her a coach under my husband a long time ago. And then this year I made my dad a coach under my husband on the other leg because just in case I didn't get emeralds. No emeralds. And so then I added coaches. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I told my husband what my goal was. He does not work out with me. He's worked out with me like 4 or 5 times in 3 years. I told my husband what my goal was. And he said, okay, I don't really know what that means, but what do you need me to do? And I said, I don't really need you to do anything, but I want you to know I'm building your business. 4 of the coaches he added we added, he got. He was talking to a buddy on FaceTime one night and he's like fixing his car over FaceTime, helping him fix his car. He's like, Craig, dude, you got fat. This is what my husband says. Rude. And he's like, dude, me and Emily have both gained so much weight. And he's like, you need to talk to Jen, dude, do Beachbody. Signed him up as a coach. Not kidding you. And I said, first of all, please don't ever say that to someone. That's so rude. He's like, it's just Craig. And then he was delivering a load of firewood. He sells firewood too, because why wouldn't you? Delivers a load of firewood to someone. The girl says, we're getting married this spring. I need to unload that firewood and get some exercise. And he's like, or you can call my wife. She's a Beachbody coach. She signed up as a coach. Like, what? He can talk to anyone. So all it took though was for me to tell him what my goals were. And I was scared for a long time to tell him because I thought he would think I was crazy. Like, Jen, you went to college for 7 years. You're a nurse practitioner. You have a great job. What are you doing? But this fuels my fire, guys. This is preventative medicine that I don't get to do over there. This makes women feel good. This makes people really like move and do things that they wouldn't normally do. And so it's important to me. And I finally, after 2 years, said, this is what I want to do. And he's like, oh, okay, I can make that happen. So we added enough coaches. My mom talked to two of her friends and she's like, I don't really want to coach or run a challenge group, but two of my friends want to sign up. So she got two people under her. And then my dad, same thing. Two of my cousins were like, hey, I want to sign up. What do I need to do? And I said, do you mind signing up as a VIP member? And it's going to say my dad's your coach. And they were like, yeah, because that's their uncle. So they don't care. So just talking to my family got me there. Okay. So what I'll tell you about that, is it hard to hold? 6 weeks wasn't hard to hold, but for some reason I got to like week 8 and I fell out because one coach canceled. So you have to keep adding. So am I going to hold 1 star forever? Like it didn't happen. I already fell out once. I'll be completely transparent with you guys. I dropped to diamond on week 8. I'm a lifetime, but it's going to happen. But I know now we're super close and that I can just keep adding. So I personally am at SC6 this month. I like to have big numbers and I like to be on the board and showy and blah, blah, blah. But right now, SC6 is all I need. My next coach is going to go under my husband. But I will tell you that if I know that they're going to be like a big time working coach, for me, my left leg is, so I'll add them there. But if people want the discount right now, they're going to go under my husband. And I just tell people, my husband and I run this as a family business. It's going to say he's your coach. I promise you, I'm the one doing the work. Like I tell people that. I try to make it so that it's people that my husband knows, because Beachbody has been kind of picky about that lately. Like, is there a conversation, that kind of thing. But guys, if you want to make something happen and you have a goal, do it. Because let me tell you something. Those 2 coaches of mine that told me that they wanted to go diamond that haven't done it yet, when I hit diamond with my husband, they both said, there's no reason for us to not do this. Like it made them realize, like, in a month, you got your husband to diamond. We can do this. Hannah's on the call. She's one of my coaches' coaches. And so this weekend I was talking to her coach and I said, Chelsea, is this still your goal? If it's not your goal, that's totally fine. I'm not going to drag you along, but if it is, how can I help you? And she said, it is my goal. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. She's due in like 2 weeks. And I said, what do you need to do? And she said, I'm not really sure. I said, do you know that Hannah has 4 coaches under her? And she said, no. I'm like, yeah. Shout her out. Hannah has 4 coaches under her. Like she just wasn't really even sure how to look. And that's my fault. I clearly wasn't a good leader. So my goal for this year is to try to start a better way to lead my new coaches, because I feel like that's where I've fallen off. But I had to lead from the front. And so getting my husband to diamond was huge for me. The volume from that, guys, tenfold. Like it's crazy how much the volume from getting him to diamond rolled up to me, and my paychecks went, which was crazy. And I don't make a ton of money. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys I don't, like, my paychecks vary. But all of that volume from him really, really pushed me up. But showing my coaches that I can do this in a month with my husband. You guys can do this by May 20th, which is, I'm hosting my own diamond retreat in June. It may be me and my husband, but because we're the only diamonds on my team right now. But qualifications for the 2-star bonus is May 20th. And so I told my coaches, I want you to diamond by May 20th, and then you can go on the diamond retreat. So it's a double thing. Like I could get a bonus, they get a retreat, plus they're going to get, this bigger $18 cycle. So it's a win for everybody, but it was just kind of a fun push to say by May 20th, we're going to do this. So we're going to try. But I do think that leading by example, they always say, what is it? Your coaches do like 20% of what you do, or 2%. I don't know. It's something small. So if you're only working at 50%, they're not going to do anything, guys. So anyway, that was really all over the place. I don't prepare very well, but that's what I do. So I know your call is not real long. So do you have questions or comments or anything for me at all?
I just have to say really quick, first of all, Jen, that was awesome. I took so many notes and just like so many amazing takeaways. I'm going to go through them. But first, what I think people might find really valuable, I know that you are very good at onboarding people with the VIP versus a client. Can you tell us more about that verbiage and how those conversations go?
Yeah. So every patient, every challenger that I speak to. So I typically will send, and Lauren was the one who got me to do this. And I didn't really know Lauren before this. I knew Lauren from when I very first started coaching, because you were on a national makeup call No, maybe it was a team call. It was a team call talking about the babies though. And I was pregnant. I was a brand new baby coach. And I remember I listened to that call and I went, holy shit, I can't do this. Like not to bring all that up, but it scared me. I'm a pregnant mom and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta find some different people to hang out with. This is scaring me. And then I remember thinking, no, she like did this with a new baby. I can do this with a new baby. And so that's when I kind of heard about Lauren, but didn't really know. And then Lindsay and I walked the stage together at Classic and I was like, oh, wait, you two kind of like look alike. Yeah, okay, I got this. And so she was the one who really was like, go through your Facebook list and just go from A and invite people. And I at first thought, that's scary as shit. I'm not doing that. And then I realized there's so many people that are my Facebook friends that aren't on my fitness page because I run a like page. And I couldn't tell you the number of people that went, oh my God, I had no idea you did this. I would love information. So it was huge value. And then I had so many people that said, I never thought I could do what you do. Thanks for reaching out. I do want more information. So inviting is huge. So I invite, and then when they say, yeah, send me more information, I am very short with my words, guys. I do not. I make my invites short because I used to word vomit on everyone. So mine are just pretty much like, I run online accountability groups. Do you currently have a fitness routine? And then they'll tell you yes or no. Yeah, I have a fitness routine. I like to go to the gym twice a week to bar class. Okay, well, what do you do the other 5 days a week? Well, I can't get into a class because of my kids. Okay, would you like to work out at home? Or whatever it is. No, I don't have a fitness routine, but I'd like one. Okay, great. Well, I run an online fitness community. I'm a partner with Beachbody. And so it's all home workouts that you can do at your own time. But we have an accountability group where you log in and it's a lot of fun and people motivate each other and we kind of keep you in check. I'm going to be honest, I have a ton of challengers and I don't check in with everybody as much as I should, but I have to tell myself I can't handhold. I do reach out to people and a lot of times they're like, thank you so much for reaching out. I'm going to jump back in. But that's what I do to get started. Once they say, yeah, I'm interested in this challenge group, how much is it? It's only about $160 depending on what you want. I love Shakeology and the Performance Line. I'm going to be honest with you. I push the Performance Line more than Shakeology. Beachbody might hate me for that. I do not go without Energize or Recover. I do skip my shakes sometimes, guys. It is what it is. And so Performance Line is my jam. And so I will ask people, are you more interested in weight loss or do you have a harder time getting up and going for your workouts in the morning? And when they tell me that, then I push them on that line. And if they're like all of it, I'm like, hey, we got a package for that too. Once we get down to the nitty gritty of, I'm going to send you a link. I'm going to send you a link that has exactly what you need in it. I'm also going to enroll you as a VIP customer. It's free with your enrollment. It is a $15.95 charge a month, but you get 25% off your products. You're going to want to stay on your products through this program. So you'll get the discount next month. Are you okay with that? So I tell them I'm going to do it. And I don't ask them, hey, do you want me to sign you up as a VIP coach? No, I tell them, hey, I'm going to enroll you as a VIP customer because it is free with your challenge pack. There is a monthly fee, but you'll still be saving money by purchasing your products. I know everyone wants to start people with 21 Day Fix, guys. I know that. I steer away from that because I want them to be on a program longer than a month because then they need the product for more than a month. That's my personal opinion. Or I start them on 21 Day Fix, but I tell them it's a 2-part plan. You're going to do 21 Day Fix and you're going to do 21 Day Fix Extreme for 6. It's a 6-week program. I don't tell them it's 21 days and 21 days. You're going to do a 6-week program. It's Fix and Fix Extreme because I want them to stay on the product. People sometimes a month in still don't think they need it. They do. So I do want them to stay on it for at least 6 weeks. So that's what I do. And I'm going to be honest with you, 90% of the time people go, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and enroll me for that. I do have people that will go, whoa, they want my social security number. Why do they want that? Because if you ever decide to do what I do and share your journey and make an income, it's just like any other job and they need it for tax purposes. That's it. So, and they don't question it. Now, I don't pull the wool over anyone's eyes. I tell them up front, I'm going to enroll you as a VIP customer. There is a monthly charge. I don't trick people. I'm going to be honest. I have 2 challengers, or they're now coaches, that were coaches of Ashley Molstead. She's wonderful, I'm sure, whatever. They were both of them said, I had no idea what I purchased. I didn't know why I had these fees. I had no idea what was going on. And I said, okay. They followed her on Instagram, loved her, didn't know who she was, signed up under her, had no clue what happened. So I don't ever want to be that person. So I tell them right away, and most of them do it. And do a lot of them end up going inactive or canceling? Some do. A lot of people don't cancel. They just go inactive, and the product comes out, I reach out. The other thing that I'm starting to do is every person that signs up as a VIP, I send them a little care package. I heard this on another call, but sending them a care package of the Beach Bar flavors. Hi. Beach Bar flavors. Sorry, I hid for just long enough. Beach Bar flavors, the Shakeology limited flavor, if they still have them available, Energize and Recover packets, because then they'll try all of them and hopefully they'll stay active. Super sorry about that. So that's what I do for VIP. What else you got?
That's so smart. I love that. I would just say with that, like, I love the verbiage on it, and what will help you, instead of like assuming, so that we don't assume that they're just going to stay just a VIP customer, is to go ahead and use that Team Rockstar Fit coach action plan. And then you go through the questions, and that's where you can decide, like, do they want to run with the business, or are they wanting just to be part of the accountability group? But I love that verbiage so much.
And that's one thing that I am going to switch up a little bit from what I've done in the past, because I don't want to assume that people only want the discount. So I am going to kind of play with that a little bit, and kind of add in there, like, you get a discount, but you could also turn this into a business you decide to share. I will say that several of my working coaches were challengers for quite a while. I just had 2 challengers in the last 2 weeks that have been challengers for 2 years that decided to work the business a little bit.
That's awesome. Does anybody else have questions for Jen?
No? Super. Is everybody on here like an Emerald rank?
Yep. We have Ashley and Steph who are both shooting for Diamond this year.
Sweet. Yeah. It's not hard to do, guys. I promise you. I think we get it in our head that, like, Diamond's hard, and it really, you have to forget about it. I don't know if you guys heard Danny Detra on, I curse a little bit, but Danny really does. But she made the comment on one of the things, I can't remember what call it was, but she's like, I feel like because we've done Diamond push groups, we've done Emerald push groups, and people pay money to be in it, and they don't do it. I won $400 to get my husband to Diamond this year, guys, like right before Christmas. Yeah, because I was like in a push group, and I'm like, you can bet your butt I'm going to do it. But it was funny. Danny said, when I say the word Diamond, people scatter like cockroaches when the lights come on.
Mommy.
So seriously, it's true. So don't even think about the word Diamond.
Mommy.
What I would challenge you guys to do, though, is to do like a group where they're a VIP group, and like, hey, to get in this group, we're also going to read a personal development book, or we're also going to do this. Like, I make my coaches groups kind of special. Like, the coach meetups is something I'm going to start this year, where once a month we do a coach meetup, because I do feel like challengers are going to see that and go, well, how do I get into that? So do fun things like that, but just have a group and tell them, hey, you have to be a, whatever you want to call it. You don't have to call it VIP, but you have to be a, superstar member to get into this group. It's your business. You can do whatever you want with it. That's the glory of this. Like, make it what you want. Like, tell them, hey, you've got to be on Energize and Collagen. You're going to be on Energize and Collagen for 60 days. Get up and glow up, or whatever they call it. I don't know. Show up and glow up. I don't know. But anyway, like, to get them on a product for 60 days, and they're going to want the discount. I don't know. I think we make it hard. Really, Diamond is, what is it? Like 4 coaches on each side, 2 of them are Emerald? I don't know. And I know Danny does the get Emerald in 24 hours. I don't do that necessarily. I think I can't get anything done in 24 much less enroll 2 people. But I mean, it's great, but really like, you want your significant other or someone you love, like your mom, your sister, somebody, and then a friend. So, and like Trina says all the time, I mean, everything she says is kind of gold, and like, how does she come up with this stuff? But she says it all the time, like, hey, you like fitness, I like fitness, let's do this together. She makes it sound easy, but really we overcomplicate it. So I think you guys can totally get there in no time. You just have to be intentional about who you're inviting and sharing the coaching opportunity. I was terrible at that. I never shared the coaching opportunity. And then once my friends started seeing me, my husband and I went on the cruise last year, and they were like, wait a minute, like you took your little boy on a cruise and you didn't pay for it? Like, yeah, just sharing the coaching opportunity in your stories. Stories is easier for me because I feel like I can just talk about it. Like, today, my post today was me and a stack of personal development books. And I talked about how I never did personal development. And then at the end, I made that a coaching call to action. So you guys can totally do it. All right.
So smart. Hey, thank you so much, Jen. Seriously, you gave us so many amazing tips, like verbiage.
I told Lauren, I'm like, I don't know what to say.
No, it really was. It was so amazing. I'm probably going to come back and watch the replay tomorrow because there were just so many like great little nuggets that I'm like, this is golden. This is golden. So thank you so much for taking the time to hop on this call tonight. And
I appreciate you guys asking me to be on.
We appreciate it.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Yes, you